There is a lot of talk about this, the IoT of things, that the industry moving that direction. But when we look at our region, how the market is shifting, today we think that we want in the machinery industry to have a better, let's say, monitoring, better connectivity to the machines, better, let's say, able to analyze what's happening in the production line and so on. And for that, step by step, the market is getting more connected to the online and getting the machines to. From today until we reach, let's say, that IoT, the connected world, the maybe machine learning, and how efficient, how this will be. I think there is the coming 10 years, we need products and services that can help that transition. We look at products, let's say, condition monitoring, for example. In condition monitoring today, this is one of the things that we are working on. This is one of the things that we see it's adding value to our customer, but as well we see these let's say, predictive maintenance. So we can know, okay, we have an increase of vibration or we have an increase of temperature of that machine, so maybe we should look at what is causing that. Maybe we should re-lubricate, maybe we should change the bearings and so on. So we are moving into trying to offer services and product that fits and helps the transition. Analyzing these vibrations, analyzing and there is different technologies for allowing it. Today, the market is moving to make things a bit more remotely and more accessible, as more easier. And like for example, if looking at greasing or the lubrication of machine and the greasing, there is like, in a remote areas, in a certain areas where you have a difficult to reach, we have come up with something like the auto lubricator or remote lubricator, where customer can use this and put it, you can do the setup and it will auto lubricate. It gives you the precision, clean, no contamination and so on. And this is how we see step by step that the market in this region will move. Now, we all know that automotive will move to electrical vehicle. Sooner or later, we like it, we don't. The whole market trend is driving electrical vehicle. Now, in this region, Middle East and Africa, where it's a different environment, it's a different, I would think, resources, where maybe petrol cost is cheaper, it's more available, it's easier accessible. We think that the coming 10 years is how we see it. It's going to be more of hybrid cars. And this will be where the market will step by step shifting. So we see from 2020 to 2030, this will be the hybrid era of this region. From 2030, the market will adapt better to electrical vehicle. The infrastructure will be better. And looking at how the market will change, and how we are adapting. So we look at the systems that will be applicable in the coming few years will be a little bit different today. And we are working with the key players, like the top players both in the bearings and lubrication system and service that can offer the service for these kind of, let's say, hybrid and electrical vehicles. Today, if we talk about SKF or NTN or SNR, these are the top players in that segment, and they will have the solution available for the electrical vehicle and the hybrid cars. Once the car, let's say the electrical vehicle is established, there will be the autonomous cars but this is, when it comes to bearings, when it comes to our industry, once we shift to electrical vehicle, the autonomous of a car, it's going to just add value to our industry because there will be more kilometers. This is how we see the market. There will be an autonomous car will have 2 to 3 times more kilometer per car, maybe even more compared to a conventional car with a driver. And for that, it's going to have, this is why wheel bearing is going to be a major application. Today, if you look at the conventional engines, which are having tensioners, water pumps, and now as you will not have an engine in the in the future, you will have a different driving models, and for that you will not need the same way the clutch and the tensioners and so on. You will need maybe water pumps. Maybe you will need the wheel bearing is going to be, as long as you are on the road, you need smarter, better wheel bearing with ABS technology, with sensors and so on. And we see how we call it the generation 4 and 5 of bearings. Today we already supply generation 3 and 4. In the future there will be a new generation that will have more sensors and more equipped. So moving at that level in the coming, let's say 10 or 20 years, we see there will be much more consumption of wheel bearings compared to the other alternative bearings that today in the market. And this is why we have the right manufacturer like SKF, NTN, SNR to supply these products to the market. If we look at the digitalization of the way we buy, the way we sell, the way we reach a product, I think that will not be much different from any other. Buying your car or servicing your car or buying a product to your car or your machine will move that way. This is why we are working to more or less digitalize the way we work. We are investing in the leading ERP system that can connect both our operation, the warehouse, the logistics, the sales, the marketing, and connecting that to give the customer the best experience. Today we are selling a product that is it's a technical product, which will require a different, I would say a bit of more an advanced way of working or a service digitally. So we are looking at how we will offer this to the customer. So we are moving from the traditional, let's say if looking logistically, today we have 220% increase in transaction. That means that the customer are ordering more regular, smaller shipments rather than bigger orders. So the behavior of a customer is getting more defragmented orders, which is smaller orders, regular, rather than bigger orders. So we are working both from a logistic point of view, from a digital experience, from the way our engineers interact today. We use WhatsApp for business to interact with our end user and end customer to give them like on-spot service or help analyzing an issue they have in their factory, or a customer looking to place a new order, or a customer looking to maybe ask a question. It could be a customer, it could be an engineer. So looking at what the market is moving towards, and as a company, we're gonna have different channels reaching to our customer. That could be e-commerce is one way of reaching to the customer, a digital way to reach to the customer through, let's say, if it's WhatsApp or any other channels, but as well as the way the logistic and the warehousing and the getting to check your, let's say, status of your orders. These are a bit that this is not the trend of our industry. Our industry is a very conventional industry, more of face-to-face, but we have seen how the digital and the COVID and 2020 have transformed a lot of businesses in a very short time. So we are moving, for example, to our new facility, which will enable us to have a much better and much more efficient deliveries, much more number of, let's say, an increased number of SKUs. Okay, so we are planning to double our SKUs in 5 years. Now, more efficient, double our order, let's say, number of orders in the coming 2 years. And this is why we are moving to a whole new facility. And then we are digitalizing a lot of our operation. I mean, I get people ask me, so we will have less people or more people in there. I think in 5 years, we will at least be 2 to 3 times more number of people. Now, these people will not do the work of a machine, but these people will add the service. They will come closer, because the more we digitalize how we reach to the customer, the better service we have to come or to complete that customer experience. So throughout these few steps, digitalizing our processes, investing in the latest, let's say, ERP systems, getting a product or having the right manufacturer on with us in the coming few years, I think we will have the right product at the right time, at the right price.